Okay, so this is the magazine dummy layout, blank layout that I've provided you in the assignment page. It's a little bit different than the example that I showed in the video explaining the dummy layout part of the assignment. But this is based on the magazine size that you're going to be creating. So as you can see in this example, it's just a grid of grid lines with the 12, it's 16 pages. If you were only going to do 12 pages, then you would only fill out 1 through 12. If you're going to do the entire 16 pages, then you would do 1 through 16. So what you're going to do is on the template here, you're going to take your type tool. And again, this isn't in InDesign. You're going to take your type tool and you're going to type cover. Oops. And you're going to place it on that front page because this is where your cover is going to be. Okay. Then you're going to go through the rest of the pages and you're going to decide if you're going to put your table of contents on page 2 or are you going to put it on page 3. On page 2, would you put an ad or again, would you put your table of contents? So I copy this. And in this case, I'm going to make page 3 my table of contents. So this is going to be, say, table of contents. And then I'm going to decide that this is going to be a full page ad. So I'm going to take my rectangle tool and click and drag and make a rectangle. Fill that with black and change the tint down to 25%. Okay, it doesn't have to be exact. And then you would, on here, same thing, copy that and paste that, and then put that as full page ad. Okay. And so you're going to continue doing this through the 12 or 16 pages, depending on which size you're going to do or how many pages you're going to do. And then, so this would be my first actual page of editorial or story. So I would then put on here that this is going to be this. This would be Article 1. And then if Article 1 is going to continue over here, is it going to continue on the entire page or are you going to have an ad space at the bottom? So I'm going to have an ad space at the bottom. I'm going to bring that gray square down here. And I'm going to make the ad space there. And then this would be Article 1, Article 1 continue. Okay, and then you'll keep doing that through the rest of the pages. Again, if you're going to do a 12-page magazine, then you're going to stop at page 12. If you're going to do the entire 16 pages, then you would go all the way to page 16. So page 16, whether you stop at 12 or 16, that last page would be your would be a full page ad. You wouldn't have art editorial on that, so it would be a full page ad. So in this case, I'm going to go to page 16. I'll come up here, get this one and that, copy that. And then I'm going to come down to page 16. And then that would be the full page ad. There. And then you can decide on these other pages if you're going to have ads or editorial, how the articles are going to flow through the rest of the document. If you are going to do a 12-page magazine, page 6 and 7 would be the middle of the document. If you're going to do 16 pages, then 8 and 9 would be the middle of the document. So you can have like a 2-page spread on that one. So you could have images go across both pages. So think of that as the middle of the magazine. And let me show you here. Okay, so I was able to get this website to work. So I'm going to grab which one do I think here that might have quite a few? And again, there's a variety of magazines here. Some of them are I've never heard of before. Some of them are international magazines. But again, there's a variety of magazines here. Let me just pick this one because I've never seen this one before. And again, there's ads on this website, so I can't, just kind of have to overlook that. Okay, so you have an option to download it here. And you don't have to download it if you don't want to. It will open it up here directly in this window so you can kind of look at it. Okay, so just quickly, here's the cover, table of contents. Let me zoom out a little bit more here so we can see this a little better. Okay, so cover, table of contents. And then it starts with an article. Keeps going with the article. I don't think, as I'm looking at this right now, it doesn't look like there's any ads in here. Okay, so I've never heard of this magazine. So it looks like it's just mostly articles. Yeah, I don't see any ads in there. Okay, so let me go select a different one that I know would have a combination of ads and okay, let's try this one here. Okay, so this is a fashion magazine, so always the first 10 pages or so was full of advertisement. Okay, so then you get to the table of contents, and then you have a letter to the editor, and then you have an ad here. This is another ad, another letter to the editor, some more ads, and then you have articles, and this would be, let's see how many, it's not 100. This would be like a 2-page spread where you have part of one image here and part of the other image. The image continues on the other page, so that would be like something in the middle, as long as there's 2 pages next to each other. Okay, so you can see this is quite a bit of advertising, mixture of advertising and articles. And then while you're strolling through these or scrolling through these magazines, if you see a layout that you like and you want to attempt to recreate that in your magazine, that's fine as well. Just kind of include that in your thumbnails. Okay, but you can see there's a combination of articles, and then you don't see advertisement for a while. But just on your dummy layout here, kind of figure out where your articles are going to go. where advertising is going to go, if you're going to do a bunch of one-page articles, or are they going to span a couple pages. So this is what you're going to be doing with the dummy layout. And then you're going to export this. You're going to save the document with your first and last name. Magazine dummy. And then you're also going to export it as a PDF, a high quality PDF. And then you will submit the PDF. Okay, so you're going to submit the InDesign document as a high quality PDF, and you're going to submit the InDesign document and the PDF to this assignment page, as well as the type paragraph explaining why you organized it in that order, how we balance the visuals, text and pacing, and any design decisions related to flow or audience needs. Okay, so that's the explanation for the dummy.